Good morning and welcome to the work session for the Crawford County Commissioners for December 7th. We'll start with the Juvenile Probation Office.
Well, before we do that, I'd like to make a motion that we add to the agenda under Commissioners' discussion on closing the courthouse early on December 23rd.
I'll second that motion.
Good check. Properly moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Sorry, sir.
Sorry, Commissioner Carey. No, I was looking at it, I said, well, I'll do it down there, but I can see where you're doing it there. All right, so it's on the agenda. Juvenile Probation. I was on the wrong page, Francis.
Good morning,
okay.
Good morning,
Commissioners.
Holly.
Morning, Holly.
Must be Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm here to ratify the request and purchase of a 2022 Ford Explorer all-wheel drive XLT SUV to replace the 2009 Dodge Caravan for the juvenile probation vehicle fleet. The cost of the new car is $39,900.
You really need this, or you want Francis and I to come down and drive the van again?
You're
I'm
welcome to
not
drive as
driving
much as you
that
want, but I really need this.
Okay,
All right,
thank you. District Attorney?
Good morning.
Morning,
Morning,
Paul.
Paul.
How are you today?
Good.
I'm here to request approval to book a hotel for 2 days in January. We have a victim coming in from a great distance out of town during the January term. The cost is $161.49.
Do you need that ratified, or can you wait another week to make the reservation?
We need it ratified.
Okay, all right, so we'll change that to ratified.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Clerk reports? Good morning, Jody.
Morning, Jody.
Morning, Jody.
Morning, gentlemen. We have me today, Patty's at a meeting. I'm here requesting to ratify the quarterly payment for our office solicitor, Christopher Ferry Esquire, in the amount of $1,000. This is an approved budget item.
Okay, any questions?
No.
Thank you, Jody.
Thanks, Jody.
IT?
Morning, Tim.
Morning, Tim.
Tim?
IT is here requesting to approve the purchase of the annual Park Place Technologies hardware support for $16,923.60.
Okay, question for Tim? Thank you, Tim.
Thank you.
Treasurer?
Good morning.
Morning,
Morning,
Christine.
Christine.
I'm here requesting the approval for payment of the 2022 actuarially determined contribution to the retirement account. This year, the payment is $2,015,411.
Questions for Christine? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sheriff?
Morning,
Dave.
Morning, Dave.
I'm here to request to approve an invoice for Horizon Informational Services to install a proprietary programming in our new observation computer. It's $1,200. I'm asking if we can ratify that. I talked to somebody from there this morning, and he said that should be worst-case scenario for the diagnosis. They figured 2 days, but we need them to find out if we need to update licenses and such, so before, they can't do it until they get here and see what we have, so.
Okay, any questions for Dave? Thank you.
It shouldn't exceed $1,200.
Okay. Thank you. Conservation District?
Morning,
Morning,
Tracy.
Tracy.
So 2 items this morning. The first, on behalf of the Crawford County Ag Land Preservation Board, is to approve the reappointment of Scott Preston, Richard Rendulic, and Dennis Heinman to the Ag Land Preservation Board. Their terms are 3 years and will begin January 1st of 2023 and go through December 31st of 2025. And that was advertised.
Thank you.
Okay.
And the second item is on behalf of the Conservation District Board to approve the reappointment of Robert Wydell as the Rural Director. And that is a 4-year term beginning January 1st and continuing through December 31st of 2026.
Okay, any questions for Tracy?
No.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Public
you.
Safety?
Morning, Greg.
Morning,
Morning,
everyone.
Greg.
Morning, Greg.
We're here today to ask for approval of our annual maintenance agreement for snow removal and lawn care with M&M. It costs us $7,875. That's a shared expense between us and the coroner's budgets. And we're also looking to renew our annual Variauto software license for our CAD system at a cost of $575.
Okay. Any questions for Greg?
No.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
Procurement? Morning, Mark.
Morning, Mark.
Morning, Mark.
This is for your action to renew an annual service agreement with Lindstar for maintenance of equipment that enables access control at the courthouse. The agreement provides support for the specialized printer that's used to produce photo ID access cards for the courthouse, human services, and the care center, and also provides support for covered components of the access control system itself, controllers, indoor-outdoor card readers, server software, and so on, that regulate entry at the side doors of the courthouse. Renewals for the upcoming calendar year, 2023. Agreement includes telephone support, repair parts, labor, travel, and the annual preventive maintenance visit. Total cost, $3,999.84.
Questions from that?
This is to present an agreement for rental of industrially laundered textile products at various county facilities. Products consist of floor mats for the courthouse, judicial center, probation, parole annex, domestic relations section, juvenile probation, public safety building, care center, and district court 3306. Products also include dust mops and janitorial towels for the courthouse and judicial center. 3 vendors currently rent these textile products to the various facilities under individual contracts that are due to expire or have expired or are up for renewal. So to consolidate cost effectively under a single supplier contract, a request for quotes process was conducted. The lowest and most favorable response was from Cintas. The unit pricing terms and conditions of the agreement with Cintas are based on a publicly solicited and awarded contract that it has with the city of Tucson, is made available to states and local governments, schools, and nonprofit organizations that participate in the Omnia Partners National Purchasing Cooperative, and Crawford County is a member of Omnia Partners. Agreements for 36 months. Any price escalation subject to justification approval by this. Tucson is the lead public agency for this Omnia Partners contract. Based on the current level of service at the county facilities, projected 1-year aggregate cost is $8,035. That amount is below existing expense and will enable an across-the-board savings. And having a single supplier for this commodity also will streamline contract administration and customer service.
Okay, any questions for Mark?
Sounds good.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Mark.
your work on that.
Thank you, Mark.
Care Center?
Morning.
Morning,
Morning,
Tony.
Tony.
Requesting to create 5 additional PRN activity aid positions.
Okay,
Requesting to change business office coordinator position from an hourly position to an exempt position.
okay,
Requesting to approve the contract with Slippery Rock University of Pennsylvania to provide an internship site offering facilities, resources, and supervision to a student.
okay,
And requesting to approve the amendment to UPMC Health Plan Ancillary Provider Participation Agreement to implement a UPMC Community Health Choices SNF value-based program to arrange for and cover certain healthcare services for MA enrolled participants.
okay. Any questions for Tony? Thank you.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
Correctional facility?
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Jack.
This morning, we're requesting to ratify the purchase of 4 computers to replace 4 non-repairable desk unit top units. Purchase be done through county IT from Dell Computers. Total needing ratified is $3,475.10.
Okay,
Requesting to approve a 1-year maintenance agreements with Central Square Tritech Technologies. This maintenance agreement will cover the final year of the jail management system. Cost of the maintenance agreement is $22,719.78 to be funded through the commissary fund.
okay,
Requesting to ratify the purchase of materials needed to repair 2 pod doors. Purchase to be done from LWE Incorporated Meadville. Total for the repairs and materials is $975.
okay,
And lastly, requesting for the purchase of 1 Metcraft inmate toilet. Cost of the toilet is $1,224.46, and this is not a budgeted item.
any questions for Jack?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack.
The courts?
Good morning.
Morning, Heidi.
Morning, Heidi.
First, we're seeking to ratify a 1-year contract for security services for the MDJ Linesville office with Core Security of Crawford County LLC. Cost is $26.35 an hour. That begins December 1st, 2022.
Slight correction, December 5th. They were originally
Okay.
planning to start December 1st, but ended up starting December 5th.
Okay.
We're seeking approval of a contract with B&A Cleaning Services for cleaning services at the MDJ Titusville office beginning January 1, 2023. The cost of that is $120 per clean, which is once a week. Covers the entire office.
Okay.
We're also requesting to approve $600 for two 2023 memberships, the National Court Reporters Association. That is in the 2022 budget.
Okay.
We're requesting approval of a 5-year contract with Thomson Reuters for the county employee individual Westlaw access for $3,298 per month, with 2% yearly increases in years 2 through 5. If we rolled over without a contract, it would have been a 7% increase. They are phasing out their current platform. It's like the Windows 7 thing, you have to upgrade to whatever, and of course, that's more expensive. It would have been 17% increase to start in with that, because we are also negotiating a contract for the patron access, the computers that the public comes in and uses. We got the price down to a 6% increase for this.
Thank you.
And doing a 5-year kept us locked in at the lower annual increase for longer, so. As I mentioned, then we're also asking approval for a 5-year contract on the patron account. That would be $815.50 a month with 3% increases in years 2 through 5. That's actually 26.7% less than it would be for Lexus, for their quote, for the extending their contract. So that was the deal that we worked out. We're also requesting to extend the temporary per diem position in the MDJ Meadville office through January 30th, 2023. And finally, we're seeking to change the position title from juvenile master to court hearing officer to reflect the changes in the rules of court, and I think law, PA code as well.
Any questions for Heidi? Thank you.
Thank you.
Planning?
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
First item, we're asking for approval on a pay application number 2 from Francis J. Pello, Inc. This is associated with the Brady Tunnel Project in Clarion County. The amount is $139,393.90. It's paid for out of ARC Power Funds. We're also asking for pay invoice 2022-4131-001 from PAC. This is for administrative services associated with the ARC grant, and the total amount is $73,012.23. It's from October 2020 through June of 2022 services. Okay. We're asking for approval of an invoice from the Crawford County Federated Library System. As you're aware, the county worked with the library system to deploy broadband to a number of libraries. There were 2 outstanding. This request is to finish and provide broadband to those final 2 libraries, I believe Springboro and Conneautville. The amount is $1,738 and would be paid for out of ARPA money.
Okay.
We're also asking for a pay application number 1 to be paid for North Rock Construction in the amount of $101,444.01. This is for Rocky Glen Road's culvert replacement project. It's paid for out of the fiscal year 2020 CDBG funds. And the following item is the other half of that pay application number 1, paid for out of 2021 CDBG funds. And that amount totals to $60,575. The reason we separated them was because of the 2 different funding streams they're coming out of. We're also asking for for payment of an invoice number 673 for $5,500 from Northwest Commission for a 10% in-kind match regarding the Ernst Trail crossing study. This is paid for out of 2021 Act 13 Environmental Initiative grant dollars. And then finally, we're asking to pay an application number 3 for Francis J. Pello Construction, again associated with the Brady Tunnel Project, for $5,210.36. This is for out of the ARC grant.
Okay, any questions for Zach? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks,
County maintenance?
Morning, Mark.
Morning, Mark.
Requesting approval to pay shingle decker welding to replace the deck on bridge number 11 Plank Road for $18,767.20 to be paid for with liquid fuels money.
Okay.
Requesting approval to pay an invoice to Eads Group for Crawford County Bridge number 14 on Whiteman Road, Part 1 Engineering Services for $2,177.62. This will be paid for with liquid fuels money.
Okay.
Requesting to ratify approval to pay shingle decker welding. This is for rehab of bridge number 26, Glendon Road, for $176,594.10. This will be paid for with Act 44 monies.
Okay.
Requesting approval to pay Laurel Management Company. This is to calibrate a water meter at the old QLC facility for $1,045.
Okay.
Requesting approval to pay Rave Environmental Systems. This is for a service call on October 27th for no heat at the Renewed Life Haven. This is for $440 and will be paid for by Human Services.
Okay.
Requesting approval to pay Bobcat of Erie. This is for the rubber snow blade to be used on the parking deck to remove snow for $576.55. Requesting approval to pay DeSantis for ice melt and rock salt for $1,671. Requesting approval to pay Gilday Group. This is for work done on the ADA ramp in front of the courthouse. Application number 4 for $19,597.50, and for application 5 for $13,747.50. Requesting approval to pay Brian Noah, project manager, for work done November 1st to November 30th of 2022 for $2,758.50.
Okay.
Requesting approval to pay Culligan Water Conditioning. This is for installation of a water softener here at the courthouse for $7,789. Requesting approval to pay Foreman Building Commissioning. This is for commissioning work done on the HVAC project. Invoice number 3 for $4,000. Invoice number 4 for $6,000.
Okay.
Requesting approval to pay Microbac Labs. This is for lead testing at the courthouse for $153.50. Requesting approval to pay Star Image Products. This is for printing copies for the HVAC project for $86.10.
Okay.
Requesting approval to pay Powell's Portable Toilets. This is for the job Johnny's Out Back for the HVAC project for $125.
Okay.
Requesting approval to pay Perry Construction for application number 7 for $483,139 for work done on the HVAC project at the courthouse.
Okay.
Requesting to ratify approval to pay Sunbelt Rentals. This is to rent a compressor to winterize the water lines at the fairgrounds for $583.82.
Okay.
Requesting approval to pay Powell Sanitation and Construction. This is to snake out drain line here at the courthouse and then replace the plug drain line in the courthouse for $2,912.50.
Okay.
And finally, requesting approval to pay United Contractors for work on the courthouse window project, application number 4 for $26,351.10.
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mark. Human Services?
Morning, Sue.
Morning, Sue.
I'm requesting ratification of the contract with Lynn Star Incorporated. This agreement covers preventative maintenance and on-call remedial maintenance service for all of the door security equipment that we have installed from them. The attached agreement was originally for 10/14/22 to 10/13/23 at $2,415, but was prorated for 14.5 months so that it'll run on a calendar year like the courthouse's Lynn Star Incorporated contract. I'm requesting approval of the OMSOS attestation form stating acknowledgement that Marikia, Pennsylvania has successfully completed the Consolidated Community Reporting Initiative process required for them to enroll as an in-county family-based mental health provider. Requesting to ratify payment to the Center for Family Services for the delivery of ERAP2 services through 11/21/22, totaling $190,804.07, with no cost to the county, all paid with ERAP2 funds. Requesting approval of the contract with Tuscarora Intermediate Unit. This is TIU's contract to us, as they will be reimbursing us a maximum of $4,858.96 for costs incurred in retention and recruitment of the EI direct care staff through a workforce development grant. We intend to utilize these funds to purchase 3 tablets for our EI staff. There is no county match on these federal funds. Requesting approval of the fiscal year 22-23 SOC contract with Stanley Morosky. This contract is for ongoing consulting services for SOC development. The hourly rates for SOC and the cost of the required insurance are the same as the 10/1/21 to 9/30/22 contract. Dr. Morosky has experience in developing OMSOS grant applications and is assisting in the writing and development of an OMSOS crisis grant application. Therefore, we are adding a new line item for the reimbursement, as it will be paid via mental health block grant funds. The reimbursement is maxed at $4,000. The cost of the county will not exceed $213.56. Requesting approval of the F1 amendment to the fiscal year 22-23 CYS JP contract with Justice Works Youth Care. This amendment is adding 2 services to the contract that CYS would like to utilize. They have their short-term outreach to prevent placement program, which is a short-term service that initially provides 6 or more hours a week of direct contact with a family to identify and access community resources and supports. Services typically last for 60 days. The other program is Just Care. This is a step-down program for families involved in the STOP or VIP program, but can also be a standalone resource to reduce the length of a residential placement. Services typically last for 3 to 6 months and is dependent on the goals as identified by the referring CYS caseworker. Requesting approval of the fiscal year 22-23 professional contract with Crawford Central School District. This funding helps to support the school-based prevention specialist position. This staff person provides student assistance services, including mental health counseling, to all children that attend Crawford Central throughout the school year. This is the same service rate as fiscal year 21-22. And finally, I'm requesting approval of the fiscal year 22-23 C1 amendment professional contract with Parkside. Parkside will be providing a trauma training to CCHS staff, which will be funded by SOC. 89 staff will be split into 3 training groups, and each group will receive the training over 4 sessions at 3 hours of training each session. There will be an additional 2.5 hours of training for a group of approximately 25 staff who do not need the full training. The total cost of $9,625 will cover 38.5 hours of training at $250 an hour. The hourly rate includes the cost of 3 trainers for each group.
Any questions for Sue? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sue.
Finance?
Good morning.
Morning, Stephanie.
I'm looking for approval for invoices totaling $1,607.90. The first is to Dell Marketing. It's for a Dell Latitude 3520 laptop in the amount of $1,232.93. That will come from our finance capital line item. The second is to Amazon. It's for a Bluetooth headset. The amount is for $29.99. That will also come out of the finance capital line item. And the third is to CDWG for Adobe Acrobat Pro and Microsoft Office Standard in the amount of $344.98, and that also comes from finance capital line item. These are to equip the new accounting specialist for the care center with appropriate software and hardware in order to be able to function. Right now, she's using a loaner from the IS department, but it needs to go back, so we need to get her something permanent. So, and then for your ratification, I have invoices totaling $741,333.47. The first is to P-CHIP. It's the December 2022 health insurance premium. The invoice number is 108821-0 in the amount of $693,615.09, and that comes from the health insurance line item. The second is to the PA Unemployment Compensation Fund. It's our 2023 solvency fee. It's for $44,718.38, and that came from the insurance premiums line item. And the third is to Economic Progress Alliance. It is 2 weeks' rent for the Dillon Center during the VAC renovations here at the courthouse. The amount is $3,000, and that will come from the VAC capital project. And lastly, I have an amendment to the contract with Tyler Technologies. It's for their annual SaaS charges in the amount of $4,200. They neglected to include it on the initial contract that they gave us, so this is just to get everything back in line.
Okay, any questions for Stephanie? Okay. Commissioner Wierspan on behalf of the Fair Board?
Okay, all three of these are contracts that the Fair Board have previously approved, and following the MOU, once they approve it, then it comes before us for approval. So the first one is the sponsorship by Toyota for vehicle displays at concerts and other main events during Fair Week. This is a 3-year contract, beginning with next year's fair for $2,500. And then the next one is a contract between the Fair Board and Bull Moose. That was approved at their November meeting, and the cost of that is a 1-year contract. Is $1,617 per month for 12 months. And then the last one is the contract between the Fair Board and Zambelli for the fireworks for the 23rd Fair. Don't have the information directly in front of me, but there was some adjustment made because of the mess up last year with no fireworks, so.
Okay, any questions for Chris? Okay, Commissioners?
Okay, first item is an Act 146768 notification from Board of Consulting Engineers for an immediate permit for construction activities on the Bessemer Trail development in the city of Canyon.
Okay.
And the second item is requesting approval to close the courthouse at noon on December 23rd for the Christmas holiday.
Okay. Any public comment? Commissioner comments, Commissioner Wierspan.
I'd just like to remind everybody to take some time today. Today is Pearl Harbor Day, December 7th. 81 years ago is when the United States became involved in World War II. So just take a moment to remember those servicemen and women, certainly on that day, but past and present, that defend our country. So I would just encourage you to do that.
Commissioner Soft.
I could not think of anything more appropriate than what Commissioner Wierspan said, so thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sounds good to me. I don't have anything else for it. The next full session is December 14th. Next work session is the 21st. Of course, the courthouse will be closed on the 26th and 27th for Christmas. With that, we'll see you next week. Thank you.